Ambedkar Open University. My straight question is peace possible without addressing the gender dimension of it? First question. And is peace possible without addressing the social dimensions, the caste, the oppressed groups? And why I'm saying this is Dr. P.R. Ambedkar perceived that the problems of the women and the oppressed, the downtrodden are alike, because they are the victims of the violence, war, conflicts, anywhere in the world. Whether it is a Hinduism, whether it is a Christianity, whether it is a Islam or any other religions, first victims are the women. So we can't be silent about half of the sky in this discourse. I want the panelists to listen.
Thank you very much. We had a hand up here. Thank you very much. If you would, can you come forward? Can you hold the mic a bit closer to your mouth, please?
I think so. Conflicts will come from some causes. It may happen in any state or in any community. As because for self-interest. It may happen. You see, number one, what I think, to establish political rights, to establish land rights, to come forward in the state, to bring world under his control or their control, or to establish religious state. You see, in Bangladesh.
Can you put the mic closer to your mouth? We can't hear you on this. Yeah. Hold the microphone close to your mouth.
Yeah. Suppose I am resident of Siam-Thailand. We want to stay in this area, as because 100 years ago we have been staying here. We have been living here. But the government of Bangladesh want to exterminate or to displace us from that place.
Is this related to religion?
This is one matter. On the contrary, you see, we heard from various people and various people, Diamond comes in Araka, business, for labor, person. And the last time they want to stay in Araka. Completion contact. So, you see, in Israel, what is called Philippines, it also land problem. Third, I think so, come not only Muslim and Buddhist. It may come competition may come in a state, in a community. So I think so we should find out the problem and solve it way. It is my problem.
Thanks very much indeed. So the issue of religion was brought in to what was essentially a land dispute, I think is what you meant.
My question is not only for the panelists but for all of us. We talk about Buddhism and talk about gratitude at very high level. I'm always asking, are we aware enough of our gratitude level for everything? Because I'm an environmentalist from Sri Lanka and I really believe in the inner peace. And unless we achieve our inner peace, we can't talk about outer peace. So respecting ourselves and respecting each other will lead us into environmental conservation. That's what I really believe. So my question, if we can take this message back to our own societies, are we paying enough gratitude to everything, to air, to water and food? The conscious consumerism will arise if we are gratitude enough. So then the disasters will be minimized. If we are gratitude enough, in this conference, I won't believe that there will be disposable plastic bottles with water. So we have to act what we preach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any more questions? I can see one over here. Myo-Win, are you going to ask a question? Come on. Any Burmese? Yes, sure. Yes, you can, but I want to get a chance. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Myo-Win, and then this lady here. Wait, no, can I ask you to sit down first? The panelists will take these questions, and then we'll do the next 3. Thank you. And we'll keep going until 12.
All right. Thank you very much. Basically, I think the second question about land rights, I think our MP would be in a better position to answer, because in Shah Alam there were many issues, and I think he can answer for us as Malaysian, how Malaysia approached the Selangor government, how the Selangor government approached that incident. But as far as the question of Professor, I think if you understand what the Buddha said that for Buddhism to progress, there must be the Sangha, there must be the Bhikkhuni, the female, the nuns, there must be the Upasakas, which are the lay Buddhists, male, there must be the Upasikas, who are the lay Buddhist females. For the Buddhism to progress, each of these components is necessary, and that is the reason why the Buddha, when he first had the Sangha order, and then when Mahapati Gautami wanted to have the nunnery, he approved it, remember? So we have the Buddhist nuns. Then we have the Upasakas and the Upasikas. As far as Buddhism is concerned, there is no segregation. A, number one, between gender. B, the question is, why didn't Buddhism flourish in India? Because India was engulfed in the caste system. So therefore, Buddhism did not find traction in India. And now, for our good fortune, within the Daljits, Buddhism is progressing because they accept Buddhism simply because there is no caste system. Number 3, the next question on environment. Alright, on environment. The Buddhas, by the very fact that the Buddha talked about being grateful to the Bodhi tree, here is Prince Siddhartha Gautama who gained enlightenment. He was called the Buddha. Everybody paid homage to the Buddha. Everybody came to listen, the birds, the bees, the animals. But the first act was to be grateful to the tree which sheltered him. Yeah? So we, very correct, are we aware? I don't think we are aware. I don't think we are conscious. We take convenience over responsibility. It's convenient to drink a bottle of water in a plastic bottle and throw it away. Rather than go and buy, it's inconvenient to buy a flask, spend money, and keep that flask throughout. You understand what I mean now? We take convenience over responsibility, and that is why we are facing these problems. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is very unfair.
Can I just say, because we really don't have time, but can I just have one, does anyone in particular want to respond to that? Do you want, well, there is that possibility. Actually, Vienna was talking about the possibility of those who want to go for lunch at 12 going ahead, and those who want to remain and continue talking about this remaining, which seemed a little informal to me. What do you think? Is that, do you want to do that? That was the organizer. That was the organizer. Oh, well, I think it's a bit much to ask people to go beyond 12, so let's try and keep it brief. Can I have one more response to those first 3 questions, and then we'll get the 3 questions. Khalid, was it Khalid?
Maybe just a brief response about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to apologize really sincerely for drinking from the bottled water, from the plastic bottle, because I'm not a Buddhist, but I am guilty, sorry.
Alright, that's short. I think he's alright, he's cool. He's cool.
Okay, question of the land rights. You mentioned about what the Selangor government did. I assume this is in relation to the Hindu temples in the past, during the Barisan Nasional era. The Hindu temples were never given a proper title for their land. This occurred because in many places, many of the Hindu temples were in estates. And when estates were bought over and converted into housing areas, the temples were left there, but they were never given proper title. And well, this is basically due to the UMNO's chauvinistic approach towards Islam. And they believe that once the housing estates are built, the Hindus are no longer around in that area, and the temples will be left, and he will close down on his own and die naturally. So when Pakatan Rakyat took over the state of Selangor, what we did is that we listed down all the temples with the existing, and we attempted to give each one a proper boundary and a proper title, so that we can, the Hindus can have their religious practices in peace and without any fear that the land will be taken over by the government or their temple will be removed. So basically what we're saying is that we have to acknowledge the rights of all religions and all religious communities, and we should never see religion as an impediment to peace and to national unity. Second, with respect to the question of the women being victims in wars and violence and all that, that's the reality, which when people believe that strength justifies any act. So if you're strong, you can do what you like and you can get away with it. So that is similar to the question of the male chauvinistic approach to women. For us, I believe every religion teaches that the most important person in your life is your mother, and you must always that sense, it creates a sense of and those people who perpetuate violence towards women, they would probably, unless they are completely morally corrupt or morally bankrupt, they would never they would never accept the same things to be done to their own mothers or their own sisters and so on and so forth. And so it's a question where they are able to have virtually like multi-character, where you can be good to your wife, you can be good to your daughters, you can be good to your sisters, but the moment you find a woman who is vulnerable in a situation of war and so on and so forth, you completely take over a different kind of character, and this kind of split personality basically is just a sense of, or is proof that you have not really how do you say, inculcated or really absorbed the religious values that or what the religion teaches you, and the moment that you feel you can get away with being wrong, then you do. That's very obviously very unfortunate. And the last item about the environment, I just want to say that as far as Islam is concerned, in all religious discourses, we always say, what is the proof of the existence of God? And the proof of the existence of God is the universe. How well designed it is. So the Muslims should always look at the environment as a sign of God's greatness, and therefore should always work towards maintaining the balance which is a natural reality within the environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're actually already 1 minute past 12, but there were 3 people who wanted to ask questions. What do you want to do? Should we get those 3 questions? I won't ask for a response from the panelists anymore, but just so that we can hear from a few more people, from a few more participants.
Yep.
Can we do that?
Yes.
Last three. Who were the three? Okay. Can you get up, please? Sorry, sir. Only question, not statement.
Okay. I'm speaking Myanmar. In Malaysiaနိုင်ငံမှာဘာသာပေါင်းစုကိုးကွယ်တယ်။ဘာသာပေါင်းစုရှိတယ်။အဲဘာသာပေါင်းစုရှိတဲ့အချိန်မှာကိုးကွယ်တယ်။ဟယ်လိုကိုးကွယ်ဒီဘာသာနဲ့မွတ်စလင်ကိုးကွယ်တယ်၊ဟိန္ဒူကိုးကွယ်တယ်၊ခရစ်ယာန်ကိုးကွယ်တယ်၊ဒီ Chinese ကိုရှိတယ်။အဲဒီမှာကိုးကွယ်ဒီဘာသာနဲ့ဥပဒေအခွဲခြားဆက်ဆံမှုရှိတာဆိုတာဟာကျွန်တော်သိချင်ပါတယ်။ဒီအတိတ်ရုပ်ခုဖြစ်ကလီမတောင်းတော်တွေချက်တောင်းတွေကိုကြောက်ရောက်ပြည့်စည်တယ်ဆိုရင်မလေးရှားနိုင်ငံမွတ်စလင်အများစုရှိတဲ့အတွက်မွတ်စလင်တယောက်ကဒီဟိန္ဒူဘုရားကျောင်းပြည့်စည်တယ်ဆိုရင်ဥပဒေကဘယ်လိုရှိတယ်လဲဒီကိုယ်ဝယ်ဒီဘာသာပေါ်မှာဥပဒေကဖွဲ့ခြားဆက်ဆံမှုရှိလာတာဖြစ်တယ်
Actually, I would like to short description for his questions. The question is, okay, the question is any discriminations among the different religious practice in Malaysian community, especially for crimes against the religious, attack to the religious temple, or and also the crimes against humanity for the minority, as well as any other practical and justice and fair procedure favoring to majority Muslim or the biased judiciary system to minority. This is main question according to the practical Malaysian law practice for this issue for sectarian violence issue. Thank you.
How does Malaysian law deal with sectarian issue?
I'm Lalita, coming from Pondicherry, South India. I have 4 questions. So I related all these things in one. So the one question, the caste system came from Hindu religion. So according to the Hindu religion, how to eradicate or annihilate the caste system in India, not only in caste system within the Hindu religion, in other religious system also, Christian, Muslims, and even in Buddhism. How to eradicate this caste practices or discriminations within the existing religious practices. That is the main thing. And all this religion, developing the institutional way of religious system to practice the power and money. How to develop the community way of religion? This is my question. Thank you. One more.
I was moved from Princeton. I was just curious, some of these states which have used religion to justify their rulings, which use religion as their guideline to rule the citizens, have the worst human rights records in present day. How do you justify that if we say the secular politics is like Machiavellian politics? Thank you.
Responses from everyone. I think, oh no, we're not doing responses, I forgot about that. Alright, the responses will come when you approach the panelists during lunch. And I hope that you'll talk more about all of this through the next few days as well. Thank you very much for